they say when it rains, it starts pouring. Of course, all my friends are coming by. A lot of people I'm just running into in the hallways. And this Hispanicize 2012, even though I focus on a lot of women, because women are changing the face of technology. And it's funny to hear them in the hallways talk about gadgets and stuff and how they're blogging, because there used to be men doing this stuff. And it's going to be exciting because the future really is being shaped by these Latinas and people like you who are tuning in to this show, because you have, for the first time, an opportunity using your smartphone, using your laptop, using your tablet to create a future for yourself that you never even imagined. And that's why one of the reasons I'm here, because even though I'm an expert, I still don't know it all. And as you look at Instagram, and you look at Pinterest, and you look at Facebook, it's all changing. So one of the organizations that I truly admired, and I've had the fortunate, I would say, the opportunity to be with them from, I would say, day one, is LISTA. And I'm going to ask my colleague come here, because I remember our first conversation of creating a Latino organization, and it was just for everybody, Latinos in tech. It wasn't just women.
Right.
So tell me, I know you've morphed from a lot of things. You're on the FCC, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But tell me, for the people who don't know you, who Mr. Marquez is.
Well, I'm just a simple server of our community who at one point had a great idea that I said, hey, there's got to be more technology professionals out there like me. Somebody's got to be able to do this. And somebody else has got to be doing this. And I went on that mission to find people like you across the country to make sure that we came together as a unit, and what we visioned, say, 15 years ago or so, has now finally come into this monster of a program that we are here at the Hispanicize, right?
So what is LISTA? Because a lot of people hear the term or know the term, but what is it?
LISTA is a non-profit organization, 501c3, who is, our mission is very simple: to educate, motivate, and empower the Latino community with technology. That was where we started, and we continue to move forward with that, because we're still, even though we're moving in light speed and adoption, there's still certain pockets of our community who don't have technology, and we need to make sure that everybody steps into the gap.
Now, this is not limited to just geeks. It's for people in technology in all parts of it, because people just envision people doing bloggers or writers. But if you're a programmer, if you're somebody who loves even fixing this stuff, it's sort of an organization that you can gel with other people who enjoy what you do. Now,
and to that, I want to say, technology is no longer for just the technologists in case. It's now for everybody, because we all have to do. There is no IT department anymore. It's us. We need to know how to, we need to know how to defrag, and remember, defrag daily. And we need to know how to do our own computing, making sure that our own tools become a
great tip, because people forget that computers, tablets, smartphones all need what we call a tune-up. And we're going to be right back, because our tape is running out on this segment, but we're going to continue interviewing Jose Marquez right after this. And we're continuing our conversation with Jose Marquez, chairperson, what chairperson, or LISTA? Or
No, I'm still the national president and CEO of the organization.
Sorry about
Tony
way
Jimenez,
up there.
Tony Jimenez is the actual, Tony Jimenez is from Microtech, the CEO of Microtech, who's an incredible technology professional, is the CEO of he's the chair of our organization now.
All right, so let's bump it up a notch, because you're also on a very important board, a political board, as well as I would say, our future board, because that's the FCC.
Right.
And a lot of people don't realize that Federal Communications dictates what we can do and what we cannot do on the internet, and the opportunities that Latinos are not even taking advantage, because we only think in the small terms, in the websites, but there's also bigger opportunities where a consortium of Latinos can create companies as big as Microsoft, because and I'll leave it at that, because I know right now you serve at the FCC.
Sure.
And what are opportunities that Latinos can take advantage right now that they're coming down the pipe that can really make the technology pop and as well as serve our community?
Well, just to think that 15 years ago we didn't have a seat at the table, and now for me to be representing my community at the FCC is an incredible. I just can't even find words to describe how blessed I am in this position. But what we're doing is setting policy for the next 20 years we sit on the advisory board. We're advisors to the chairman and the commissioners on certain diversity to make sure. The chairman is very, very excited about spectrum licensing and the actual, it's called, an auction. And we're having an auction.
An auction. And it's like Amazon or eBay, but what they're offering is a bandwidth. And a bandwidth, and that's what they call spectrum, a certain frequency where you can do all this type of stuff from data to phone to video. And so a lot of these companies that we all know, like Sprint and other carriers, buy a spectrum and then use it as a frequency for their phones. And now, my understanding from what you tell me now is that some spectrum or these bandwidths are going to be available in the future.
Well, what's going on is that the chairman is very worried that the Hispanic and African American and the Asian communities are not going to have any stake in the game. So he wants to make sure that by bringing us on, that we're able to reach our communities and make sure that our communities understand what's being done. And we also advise him on what he has to put in place as far as policy in order for our communities to continue to move forward in that space.
Because as you see, like BET and all these companies, they buy these spectrums and then they create the programming and sell the spectrum for their own culture, traditions, or for business. So if you're a person that thinks in a big term and wants to be part of a consortium, this is an opportunity that's coming up like in a year or 2 years?
In less than a year and a half, they're going to be putting out what they call an RFP or an RFI, just basically making sure that everybody understands what's going on. The great thing about it is going to fcc.gov and making sure you are kept up on the loop. There's also going to be classes and workshops that the engineers at the FCC, who are super geniuses, are going to come into our community so that they can train us and give us ideas of how to run business.
Because the one thing that we lack is not the ability to do business. I don't know a Latino that can stand at a corner and sell flowers or oranges or clean houses. We do everything. The only skill set we haven't learned is the business skill set, the administration, because once again, we're so involved in our jobs that in just doing a great job, and that's why they call us great workers.
That's right, we're great workers.
We do a good job.
But imagine if we're great workers, we could be great entrepreneurs, and you know, we're the ones who have to go out and make it happen for ourselves. So if technology is where we're going, then we need to be in that space on an everyday basis. We can't look at this as just, eso es para ellos, o nosotros no tenemos. We have stake in this game.
And one of the things I noticed, and this is one of the observations I'm making, and I'm going to put myself on the record because I honestly believe in the next 3 to 5 years, there's going to be a woman, hopefully a Latina, at the level of Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Mark from Facebook, the Google brothers. That woman, because of the Latinas that I've seen here, and the way they're using technology, and being ambitious from bloggers to techs, very innovative. So it's just waiting for that breakout girl or breakout woman to come out with a product and that service, and that could be you. And organizations like LISTA are there for you. And where else can they get a hold of you?
You can get in touch with us at www.a-lista.org. That's or you can follow our blog, which is techlatino.org. You can also see. But think about this: the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce said at their last conference that Latina are over-indexing in small business development. That's incredible. Imagine if they could take some of those ideas that they have and put them into the tech space and become the next president of IBM is a woman.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And as I say, if you love math, if you love accounting, you love tech, there's nothing wrong with you. You can be fashionable, as you've seen the ladies have come on with me in the previous interviews, is that, hey, they're being themselves, fashionable, smart, and just enjoying the technology and taking it to the next level. And
do we seem excited about this? Yes, we are very excited about it because we have been talking this conversation 15 years ago, and we're seeing it happen today. This is a great event, great time.
So check it out. I say lista.org. And then you also have another website for television, correct? Where you have
we have the Open Vision Network, which is our way of giving back to our community by giving the voice back to the people.
So check out Open Vision Network also for a lot of programming, and you can be part of that programming at Open Vision Network. We'll be right back.
Thank you.